everyone, it's Suzanne here. Thanks for joining me. Today I have a really cute little box to share with you. I think it would be excellent for a kids party, perhaps. Little takeaways. It's 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 wide, square. It is not a full flat box, but it's super cute, and I figured that I should start using my buttons again. And wouldn't it be perfect if we had little donut embellishments? That would be like for this paper. This is the Cherry on Top designer series paper. Okay, so this is the project I'm going to show you how to make today. Let's get started. Using Bermuda Bay today, and my cardstock is 11 and a half by 8 3/4. And that is Quinn in the background carrying on like he hasn't ever been fed. My first score is 2 3/4, 5 and a half, 8 1/4, and 11. And on the short side, I'm going to score at 1/2 inch. I'm having troubles. There we go. And 3 1/4 and 6. Okay, so there's going to be folding involved. I can see I pressed too hard because I didn't want to rip, or I didn't want to skip the track, and I am just going to fix that right now, so in case I do rip the paper, it won't matter. And so if you ever, it's a good trick to show actually, just put a piece of Scotch tape, burnish it in, and I could kind of feel that it was just on the verge of, so I'd rather be safe than sorry. I'd hate for the box to come apart. Okay. The only bit of rectangle we're going to keep is this one. So this, and well, we'll start getting going. How's that? I'm just going to wedge out a little bit here, and just to wedge out a little bit here. I'm going to cut up all the score lines. And then I have to figure out the front of the box. So if that is going to adhere to there, this will be my back, so that is the lid. So this and this are the flaps. So this one, oh, isn't that funny? I forgot to burnish those. What was I thinking? So this one I'm going to take straight off, because that is going to be the front of the box. And oh, aren't I lucky, because that's the one I actually skipped on. Haha, we'll see you later. Okay, and then So these two are going to be my flaps, and you know how I like to do this. I definitely like my flaps to be the same length around. And then I'm just going to wedge. Doesn't have to be a big wedge, but all right. So then that's going to be the front and that's going to be the back. So we are going to, I forgot to burnish this part too. Where was my head? Oh, you see, it almost started cracking, but because there's tape there, woohoo, we're lucky ducks. Okay, so that's the front. So these are the sides, and then this will be the inside. Okay, so same diff. I'm folding the front up, folding this one that way, this one that way. I'm gonna give myself little sides here too, little flaps. It's not necessary to do that. I'm just trying to remove some bulk. Okay, so for adhesive. Oh, and we have to round the corners. Isn't this a pretty color? Bermuda Bay, one of my favorites. I love blue. I don't use it enough. Adhesive. Folding that box down. There we go. And then this is the front of the box. So I'm putting a goodly amount of adhesive in. I'm going to put the back of the box in first, then the sides, and if we, I mean, we could, why don't we? We could put some adhesive on the sides just real quick so that it does, they do sort of stick to the front or the inside of the box. Come on, there we go. So the flaps are wedged in, and then when the front piece comes down, it's going to seal everything. So on the inside of the box, you're going to have a nice clean inside. And then the flaps, and then the front. Moment of truth. Works excellently. Okay, so I'm on this little bit of a kick recently, and I want everything to be, I want my boxes to be strong. I'm at the very end of this glue. So I have been matting. Can you hear that? Quinn and Molly for Christmas got this little cow. And I tried to hide it on them, and they love playing with it. And I'm really sorry that you're going to hear that in the video. Good grief. It's like a little cow. It's like a teddy bear thing, and I don't know. Anyway, I've been on this kick lately about wanting my boxes quite strong. And the only way that I know how to do that is to make sure that I put God. Is that I put extra paper on it. So I have a bit of DSP, and obviously on this one I didn't put a mat on, but with this one I did. So 5 pieces of designer series paper, size 2.5 by 2.5, and then I did a mat of Pool Party actually at 2 5/8 by 2 5/8. And they also got the birdie as well. So yeah, my life is full of moo cows and birdies. I'm sorry. Oh boy. And I'm using Tombow right now, just for one, because it's on my desk for one, and for two, you have a bit of wiggle room. And when you are dealing with a mat that's that shy, that thin, you may want to sorry, I've got to find the lid. Do you know how difficult, there we go. Do you know how difficult it is to talk and work at the same time? It's not easy. Yeah, so you might want to wiggle just a bit so that you actually have a correct border all the way along, or an equal border. And that is it. Super cute. Okay, so I did embellish it just a touch. I used, I have absolutely no idea what button this is. I think it could be, maybe, I don't know, Pacific Point. Yeah. So I just put a dimensional on the back of that. And putting that hopefully in the center. Dimensionals are hard to remove. That looks about right. And then a little bit of a glue dot with my paper piercer, and I'm going to kind of roll it up if I can. There's something on here. There we go. You guys are stealing the show, kitties. So which way? Yeah. I'm going to put the bow facing and then open that and give that a squish. Not my best ever bow, but it's okay. Anyway, I would think that these would be excellent for a kid's party. Cute, hey? One with the mat, one not. And I can actually feel the strength of the box as opposed to this. Like this doesn't give it all, and this is sort of squishy. So if you're looking to put a prize or something in there, you may want to mat them if you don't, you know, if you need a sturdier box. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you again. Bye.